past a little over a month has been rough. I got a cold, which always fun. And then I got a flu on top of a cold, and then I got another cold. Basically, I have been fighting for my life this past month, so that's been really, really good. Hey guys, what's up? It's Manga here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today, I am doing, yet again, another manga haul for the month of December. So I know it's January, but bear with me. Again, it's been a rough past month, but today I have some really exciting things to show you guys. Honestly, a majority of it is some pre-orders, got some really exciting reprints in, and got sent some really awesome manga from some fantastic publishers, so I cannot wait to show you guys. So without any further ado, as always on this channel, we're gonna first touch on the pre-orders that I picked up in the month of December. I gotta drag them to me. They're so far away. Okay, so the first manga that I think I picked up this month, honestly, it could have been in last month's haul. I don't entirely remember, so if it is, pretend you don't see this clip, but the first manga that I think I picked up in December is Black Clover Volume 31. So, Black Clover, honestly, I am so glad and happy to see that I feel like there's more positive shift and vibes towards Black Clover as of late. The artwork just goes crazy, and there are panels in here that I would show you guys, but there's probably gonna be spoilers for those who have yet to get to Volume 31. But guys, Black Clover is just a fantastic fantasy battle shonen. You can't go wrong with Black Clover. If you haven't given it a shot yet and you like kind of that vibe, definitely give it a shot. I mean, look at this cover. Look at how sick that is. Continuing on with really, really cool manga covers, probably this like side series has some of the best covers in my collection. That is none other than Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe Volume 2. Look at that. People just sit for a moment and look at this. Look at the color, look at the detail. Uraki, you're so good. How do you even do this? I don't know. So Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe, I believe, is a side story focused on our main character here. I believe he was in part 4. I'm not at part 4 yet, so I haven't read this yet because I don't want to be spoiled, but anything JoJo's, I'm buying. It's just that simple. Are you guys excited for JoJo's Land? Literally, I think today, when I'm filming this, is when the MC was like revealed. What do we think? Are you excited for that? I am. I'm not there, but I will get there one day, and I'm excited to read it when I finally do. But fantastic artwork, fantastic cover, JoJo's, it's amazing. What else can I say? So another manga series that I have been loving as of late is none other than Gantz Volume 11. Always excited and always thankful to pick up another volume of Gantz. I believe we're almost done. I think there's only one more volume of these Omnis after this, which is crazy to think about, and I'm so excited to see how it ends. I'm actually not on volume 11. I believe I'm on volume 6. So I have a little bit left to go yet before I get to the point where I need the ending. I'm kind of waiting until the last volume comes out so I can just kind of binge it. But very, very good dark sci-fi, kind of fantastical series in a way. Highly, highly recommend it if you are older. If you are younger, stay away. But what else can you say about Gantz? It's insane, but it's so freaking good. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month, actually this series had back-to-back volumes in November and December, which I feel like does not happen often, especially for this publisher, so it was a little bit surprising. But that series is none other than Colorless, and this is Volume 3. I would say Colorless I always equate to, it very much is similar vibes to Dorohedoro and Die Dark, so if you like kind of that grunge type series, definitely give Colorless a shot. Colorless follows this world where it has been completely stripped from color. There's no color left in the world. However, there are remnants and fragments of color left, and there is this organization basically trying to go around, collect this color, and harness it to use it for disastrous things, right? Color has energy in this world. And what I really like about this series is that in the manga, when color is like present in their world, there's color in the manga. So like there's like blue like specks and other colored specks around in the world to kind of signify like there's color here, like there's remnants of color still. And I really like that. That's a cool dynamic. Very excited for this. I like it a lot. I highly recommend it. And 7C's always does such a great job with their releases. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month, I'm honestly not sure how I feel. I am very, very torn because when I get into the series, it's like I'm hooked and I just read it forever. But like when I sit back and think about what I read, I don't even know what to, like, I don't know. I have no idea what I read. And that series is Tales of the Kingdom, specifically what I picked up this month, Volume 2. How do I describe this series? I don't even know. I don't even got nothing on the back for me to try and describe it to you. So, I mean, in my best way, how I could try to describe it, basically follows our two main characters who are twins, but they live in like a royal kingdom setting, and they're trying to become individuals, like not their twin, like they're kind of like always associated with each other. They're trying to become their own thing, but it's difficult, and like one goes off and kind of strays away from the other twin, and they're just kind of like experiencing their own different lives, but like set in like a kingdom royal setting. It's like strange. I don't completely know what's going on, but it's like good in a way. So I'm probably gonna give it a couple more volumes to see how I feel. But I mean, it's been weirdly good so far. I keep reading it, so I mean, I guess that means something. Okay, so the next manga pre-order that I got this month is one that I was so excited for, because I remember when it got announced a while back that Seven Seas was publishing it, and the shoujo community and the community in general just rejoiced. People were very, very excited. And one of my goals for this year, and just manga reading in general, is to read more titles, to not be afraid of the shoujo brand, right? Just allow myself to try more things and to not stay in my dark fantasy elitist world. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best. But this series is one that I decided to pick up because so many people like, and it's branching out for me. And that is none other than Yakuza Fiancé Volume 1. I read this, and I actually really enjoyed it. I'm not even gonna lie. I really didn't know what to expect going into it, and honestly, the art style is very, very unique, and truthfully took me a minute to kind of get used to, not necessarily in a bad way, but it's a little bit more of a style. There's like a little bit more of a stylistic choice versus like hyper, like realistic, if that makes sense. Yakuza Fiancé follows our main character here, who is the girl on the cover. She basically grew up in like a Yakuza family, like a controversial family. Like she struggled making friends because people always knew that she was part of the Yakuza. But her family and another family decided they wanted to put their disagreements aside. They wanted their relationship to be peaceful, I guess. So her family decided to ship her off to his family to basically get to know each other a little bit. You know, maybe peace by marriage sort of thing, you know what I mean? But it's not that simple. I love this read so much because it like went down a certain path, and it kind of completely changed angles a little bit and how these two interact with each other, and I love that. Cannot wait for more. I know Volume 2 comes out this month in January, so very excited. If you're looking for kind of an edgier romance, maybe give this a shot. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month that I really am enjoying actually is Kowloon Generic Romance Volume 2. So this is a series done by Yen Press, which they are killing, by the way, where it's like a, slice of life kind of adult office setting, but like at the end of Volume 1, if you've read Volume 1, there's a ton of mystery, and the series transitions into more of a mystery read, which I really like. There's definitely that slice of life element, kind of like, just like going to work, office job, kind of that quote standard day-to-day interaction. But there's a lot of mystery revolving her story, and the town that they live in. So I would say if you're looking for something a little bit more with edge, like a slice of life with edge, with something that can maybe, if you're not naturally prone to or gravitate towards, slice of life stuff, give this a shot, because I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait for Volume 3, and it's held my attention very, very well. It balances the mystery and slice of life excellently. So I highly recommend this. I liked it a lot, and I cannot wait for the next volume. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month is Kimono Jihen Volume 3. This has been a series that I've actually really been enjoying. I haven't read Volume 3 truthfully yet, but Kimono Jihen just in general, I've read the first 2 volumes, has been really, really fun. Follows our main character, not displayed on the cover, a different character, but it follows our main character who is basically part demon, and he goes around, joins a team to help fight the other demons, right? It's not really a super dynamic, super interesting, super different story as of now. I've only read the first 2 volumes, but it does it well in a way that's also kind of playful. I don't know how to completely articulate that unless you've read it and you can kind of get, you know, where I'm coming from. But I've been really enjoying this, actually. I think the characters are really interesting, and I can't wait to see where it goes. I hope it gets a little bit more unique as time goes on, and I'm sure that it will. That's how series typically work. But I've been really enjoying this. Very excited to have volume 3, and can't wait to get into it. Okay, so the next manga that I picked up this month is The Apothecary Diaries, Volume 7. Let's talk about this read. I adore this read. This is like female Sherlock Holmes in the royal courts of China. Like, that's, I would say, very, very high level how I would describe it. It basically follows our main character here going around and solving mysteries, and there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of tension, there's just a lot of stuff going on the inner royal courts, and it's really interesting to follow, and it's just really interesting just in general. We love smart women, and she is one, and it's just cool to kind of see her thought process. So if you like kind of the mystery Sherlock Holmes type vibe, this is definitely for you. Okay, next moving on, the next manga pre-order that I picked up this month is one that I am really, really excited for. I'm really glad that I finally picked this up. I've been meaning to read it for a while, but it just never happened until now. That is actually the first Fire Force omnibus. So if you know me, you probably know I'm more of a singles lady. Like, if there is an omni edition or a singles edition, I will more than likely gravitate towards the singles. There are exceptions. The Dragon Ball Vizbigs are stunning. Monster Perfect editions. Like, there are exceptions, but I typically go the singles route. But these look far too clean for me to go the singles route. So Fire Force was a series that I've actually, again, as I said, been wanting to read for a while, just never really jumped into it, and with these new omnis done by Kodansha, now is absolutely the time to get into this series. The quality in general for the omni is actually really great. I did not have any issues reading this series or reading this volume in particular. Had no issues, the spine isn't cracked, I can open it up decently wide and it not have any issues. So if you're worried about reading experience, honestly, this did really, really well. I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited for the second Omni, which I think again comes out later this month. So if you are looking to get into Fire Force, now is the time with these omnibuses. They look so good, the read is great, and it's just very, very interesting. Okay, next moving on, the next manga that I picked up this month is Alice in Borderland Volume 4. I adore this manga series. I am always so excited when another volume comes out. This, if you like death games, you will like Alice in Borderland, trust me. So this volume in particular actually wrapped up a previous game that was started, I believe, in volume 3, so it was really good to see the end of that game, which that game, if you've read this volume, or even volume 3, you know was intensive, you know was insane, but it was a really good volume. I really liked seeing the wrap up, seeing what happened. I will say at the end of this volume, the series is definitely taking a turn, and I feel like I say that every time I read a volume, but this one especially, like, things are just different in the games now. So if you like a good death game, if you like a lot of action, a lot of mystery, you don't really know what's going on, but in every good way, pick this up because I really enjoyed it and I cannot wait for volume 5, and I cannot wait to see how the story progresses because there is a lot of room for it to progress. Okay, next moving on, this volume is probably the one volume that I was the most excited about when thinking about my pre-orders in the month of December. I haven't read this yet because it's like I don't want this series to end. You ever have that where it's like you're at the last volume or you're at like the last episode? Like I'm like this for Breaking Bad right now too. It's my first time going through Breaking Bad and I'm stuck on like I think it's like the second to last episode because I don't want the series to end. And that's kind of what I'm facing with this one. So I haven't read it yet. I will. And I hope it ends in every way that I hope and dream. But that series that I'm so excited about and I genuinely love is none other than My-san Ikoku. There's just something so...
I'm not sure I understand.
Why does it do that? I love My-san Ikoku so much. If you are looking for a good slice of life, adult, drama, comedy read, this is really for you. So this is the last volume of the perfect collector's editions of this series, and this is the way to collect it. I'm telling you, they are stunning, they feel so good, there's like texture to them, it's a great size, it's a great read, it's a great hold. I'm so excited for the last volume. I hope it ends in a good way. I'm thinking that it will. I just really hope so because I love this series and I cannot highly recommend it enough because it is just so good. Alright, are you guys hanging in there? How are we doing? So we are actually at the last pre-order for the month of December. It's my pre-order list, I swear, is getting bigger and bigger and bigger by the day. It's kind of concerning, but we're at the end of that list. And the last volume is one that I'm really excited about, the series that I absolutely adore, and that is none other than Blue Lock Volume 4. That kind of rhymes. Should I become Dr. Seuss, write books? Maybe. So, Blue Lock is a fantastic sports series. I feel like people have kind of been like hating on it a little bit. I don't know if hate's the right word, but it's more of like, you know, people read the series and they're just like, it's not that deep. Like, it's kind of corny, whatever. It might be a little corny and it might not be that deep, but I freaking love this read. So Blue Lock basically is a battle royale soccer manga. Fantastic read. I really like the artwork. I really love the battle royale kind of intense nature of this manga because it keeps me interested. It really does. So I really like this read. I highly recommend it. Blue Lock is just great. The anime is also really good. I highly recommend it. Read it. Okay, those were all of the pre-orders. You did it. How do you feel? I'm honestly so proud of you for being here because I realized that was a lot of pre-orders. So now I'm going to transition into a publisher that sent me some really cool manga that I wanted to share with you guys today. And the publisher is none other than Starfruit Books. So they are a smaller publishing company, a little bit newer to the manga scene. So the two that they actually sent me here to talk to you guys about today is, the first one is Not All Girls Are Stupid. So this is a series that I've actually seen kind of floating around in the Twitter space. I think Starfruit Books just in general was sending it to a bunch of different people for them to review, for them to kind of give some insight on. And truthfully, I have yet to read either of these two books. I will post my full review and my full thoughts on them on my Instagram. Very interesting to see people growing into themselves, and I think that's gonna be what this read is about. So very excited to get into this. Again, I will post my review on Instagram, what I think. It's a shorter read, nothing too crazy. It is the same trim size as a Viz volume, like a standard Viz volume, just in case you wanna know. And it also came with a really nice, like, postcard almost of the artwork from the cover. So very excited for this. Really cool touch, really nice touch, and you can, I guess, do really whatever you want with it. You can have it as a bookmark, you can put it somewhere, but very excited. So this is the first volume that they sent me. And the second one, and actually what you guys might be most familiar with from them, is Pigs. So Pigs is actually a horror manga that, again, is currently being published, or was published, obviously, by Starfruit Books, but it's a horror manga, fundamentally. So here's some panels for it from the series. I am really excited to get into this because I actually have been wanting to explore the horror genre a little bit more because I don't have a ton of context for it, but I definitely do want to give it a shot. And like the other manga, it does come with kind of a postcard of some artwork. Not the same as the cover, but good artwork just in general. So I've actually heard a lot of really good things about this series. I feel like people really wanted it. So when it was announced, they were very excited. So excited to get into this. Starfruit Books, thank you so much for sending me these two volumes. I can't wait to get into it. I can't wait to read them, and I cannot wait to give you guys my thoughts on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, HVL Manga, for updates on everything that I'm reading, but very excited for these two. Okay, so now we're gonna transition into other manga that I got. I do have one more publisher to talk about in a second, but I'm gonna go into these first. So these are some volumes that, honestly, all of these are actually reprints. It has been the season of reprints for things that I need, and I'm so thankful for that because I have been needing a good amount of volumes for a good amount of time. So this first series is one that I almost have completely completed. I'm missing one more volume that is coming back in stock everywhere relatively soon, so I'm not entirely worried about that. It's just kind of a matter of time. It's a waiting game, as it always is. But the series that I picked up is some Slam Dunk volumes. So I am so excited that Slam Dunk is finally coming back in stock. I have been wanting to read this series for so long, and I've actually had a good amount of volumes for a while. Like, I found them at a used bookstore for a great price, but there was obviously volumes I was missing. So it is great to pick up more volumes. This is obviously, is that the right way? No. It is obviously a basketball manga, sports manga, and honestly, I've heard from a lot of people, one of the best of all time. So I'm very, very excited to get into this. The only volume that I'm missing now is volume 5. I do have more volumes coming in the mail, so you will see more Slam Dunk in next month's haul, but so excited for these, especially the ever elusive volume 19. If you have been trying to collect Slam Dunk in any capacity, you would know volume 19 is not fun to collect. So very excited to have these in the collection and to finally be able to read these soon, because I need to know what the hype's about. Okay, and this is actually the last other manga that I got this month that aren't pre-orders or from publishers. I am so happy and so excited that this volume came back in stock. I have been hoping that it would come back in stock for so long, because I had all the other volumes, I have all the other volumes, and I'm like, if I have all the other volumes and not this stupid volume, girl's gonna be upset. But thankfully it came back in stock, and you guys can probably already tell, but that volume is none other than Emma Volume 4. Guys, I finally have it and I'm so excited. Emma is such a fantastic slice of life, romantic, dramatic read set in the Victorian era with kings, queens, dukes, duchesses. You have forbidden love, you have just, I love this read. It is so good, and I think the way that the mangaka also depicts, you know, how our main characters interact with each other, it's just very wholesome. And it's like, there's a time and a place for raunchy, don't get me wrong, there is. There's a time and a place for raunchy. But this isn't the time or place, and it just does it so incredibly well, and I cannot sing this series' praises enough. If you are looking for a great, again, romance, slice of life, drama, romantic read, this is for you. This series is fantastic. Okay, so the last manga that I'm sharing with you guys today is actually sent to me from the beautiful company and wonderful company of Yen Press. Yen Press, thank you so much for sending and reaching out to me and sending these volumes. I really appreciate everything that you are doing for the community right now. You guys are awesome. So they sent me some manga to read, to review, to let you guys know how I think, and actually some of them I already bought because I already knew I was gonna like them. Yen Press just nailed it, hit it out of the park. So the first manga that Yen Press actually sent my way, and one that I actually haven't yet read but am going to very soon, is none other than Shy. So Shy is a new manga released focused around our main character here, who I believe is on some superhero type team, but she's really shy. She is a shy girl. She's a superhero, but she's shy. That's basically the premise that I'm getting from this read. Honestly, the artwork looks absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to get into this series. It seems like, you know, up front when I say kind of that premise, it seems a little bit shallow, but you know, there are some panels that look pretty dang intense, and I'm so excited to actually get into it and actually see a little bit more what it's about. I love the artwork, I think it looks great, and it just sounds interesting. Superheroes, who doesn't like superheroes? Okay, so the next manga that, or I guess manhwa, more specifically, that they sent me that I actually haven't read yet, but again am planning on it, is My Gently Raised Beast Volume 1. This is again a new release done actually by their manhwa line, which is Izzy Press. Again, I haven't read this. I don't know what this is about. It's all in color, which is really nice. I love reading series that are all in color. It seems a little bit kind of like they're in like a higher class society. They might be like a king's queen. They might be in some sort of royalty. Not entirely sure, but it looks super, super cute. It looks really, really interesting. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna, again, give you my thoughts on my Instagram. Beautiful release though. Izzy Press does such a good job. It feels very, very nice to the touch. This is a little bit of a glossy title, so very excited for this. Okay, so now getting into some of their manga they sent me that I've actually read. So this first volume that they sent me, I've actually purchased previously, so I actually got sent 2 volumes that I had previously, and if you're wondering what I'm doing with them, I have a friend from back home who is getting more into manga, and I want to support them in kind of that journey, so I'm actually sending them to her for her to read. So there you go. That's where the extra copies are going. Yen Press, thank you. You're fueling another one of my friends' potential probable addiction. So one of the volumes that I actually had previously that I've already raved about in this video is Kowloon My Generic Romance Volume 1. They sent this my way, which I am always happy to get another volume of Kowloon. Are you kidding me? This is such, again, a great series. Again, as I said previously, if you're looking for a really good and interesting balance of slice of life, kind of day-to-day mundane type adult stuff, and like heavy mystery revolving our main girl character in the town, this is the series for you. I really enjoy it. I can't wait to see if my friend likes it. So I don't know how much I need to sing the series praises. It's fantastic. Go pick it up. Yen Press, you knocked it out of the park with this one. Okay, so the next manga that I actually got from Yen Press is one that I was like, not gonna lie, a little nervous to read because I heard a little bit of the premise from one of my friends and I was like, no way. Like, how are they gonna pull that off in a way that's not absolutely cringy? I had no idea. But I read this first volume and they frickin' did it somehow, and now I'm absolutely hooked. That first volume, a volume that a lot of people are very excited about, is Oshinoko Volume 1. So I remember when this was first announced that Yen Press was publishing in English, so many people were so excited to finally have this in an English release because a lot of people really enjoy it, and I didn't know really anything about it. So Oshinoko follows initially our character here on the front, who is an idol. So I don't know if you guys have any context for kind of idol life, for that whole sort of stuff. I really don't have a ton of context for it. I know my friend May, she loves it. She has so much more context than I do. So this was something that I didn't really know a whole ton about, but let's just say idol life is intense. Idol life is a lot. You have to remain like a certain image. You have to kind of put up this mask. You kind of have to be this certain way. Well, our main character here on the cover for this first volume got pregnant. She's an idol and she's pregnant. And that is a problem because obviously that doesn't quite fit in the standard of the quote perfect idol. So what happens is she actually decides to carry her twins, to deliver her twins, to have them. And what you learn is that the twins actually are characters that you already know in the story, that you've already met previously. It's very interesting, and I don't want to give too much away, and I probably even did just in that description. It is just really interesting. It's like, you hear that and you're like, how are they gonna do that well? How does that even make sense? They did it well, and it was really freaking good. I loved the twists, the turns. Just, I could not predict what was gonna happen in this volume, but in every absolutely good way. So if you are looking for a very interesting series about something very different, kind of idol life, give this a shot. It's also, in my head, I think from what I've read, gonna turn into a little bit of a revenge story, so there's definitely some edge to it. I really liked it. I liked it a lot more than I expected I was going to. It's just interesting, but in every good way, and I'm definitely picking up more volumes. Boys and girls, we have made it to the last volume in today's haul. Thank you for sticking with me. I know it's been a long video. This last volume is probably one of the best, I know I say this, but like genuinely one of the best first volumes that I have read in so long. I love this series already. I cannot wait for more. Yen Press, thank you for sending this to me. Thank you for printing this because it's so good. And that first volume is none other than The Boxer. Holy crap! I've already talked a little bit about this again on my Instagram/Twitter, both HVL Manga. Definitely follow me there for more updates, to be more up to date with different things. This is freaking good. This is fundamentally a boxing series, and it follows one of our characters trying to find a prodigy, a boxing prodigy to train. He has his eye on one individual who is just clearly very good at what he does. Very flashy, very big, but very good. But then he finds a different character who is much more, let's just say, edgy and kind of angsty, who he can just literally feel his potential. So it follows, I'm assuming, our main character kind of developing his skills, kind of having a rivalry, all this sort of stuff. I am so excited to continue this read because it was so good. I genuinely was so enthralled. There are some panels in here that I'm literally just like, what am I looking at? But in absolutely every like, are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at how terrifying that is. If I could recommend anything out of this haul to the high heavens, it'd be this. Get this. Try this. Because it's so good. So Yen Press, Thank you so much for sending me all of the books that you did. I really appreciate, again, you supporting me, the community, viewers, all that sort of stuff. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for printing things like the Boxer. So guys, we have made it to the end of today's haul video. I realize it's a long one. I realize I talked a lot. It's just been a while, and dang it, I missed you guys. Tell me, what did you pick up in December? What was your favorite December pickup? Did you get anything for Christmas? Let me know. Guys, again, love y'all. I'll see ya, and have a great day. Bye, guys.